On Global TV News Express, President Bola Tinubu sets to depart Abuja for Dar es Salaam, Tanzania to participate in Energy Summit. And Ibiza's National Bureau of Statistics says average food prices increased by 91.6% in December 2024. The Forces in Hamas rejects Trump's idea of relocating Gazans to Jordan, Egypt. And a sport, Jannik Singhal beats Sylvius to retain the Australian Open title. Hello and welcome to News Express, live on Global Television from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Adikan Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276, free to air and Nicomsat. Now, tragedy struck in Enugu State when no fewer than 18 people were burnt to death and 13 others injured in a tanker explosion at Oguoyema along the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway in Odia local government area of the state. A spokesperson for the Federal Road Safety Corps, Olusegun, in a statement said that the crash involved 17 vehicles, including a petrol tanker, a water tanker, 15 cars, and a tricycle. Our preliminary report released by the FRC as the petrol tanker laden with premium motor spirit lost control after its brakes failed, resulting in a collision that triggered a fire incident. And our President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja today for Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to participate in the Africa Heads of State Energy Summit, where he is scheduled to attend a two-day event that begins on January 27 and runs through January 28, 2025. Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to the President, Bayo Ononuga, says that the summit, hosted by the government of Tanzania in collaboration with the Africa Development Bank Group and the World Bank, aims to advance Mission 300, an initiative to provide electricity access to 300 million people in Africa by 2030. And our organized labor in the four states and the Federal Capital Territory has expressed optimism that the state government will begin the payment of the new minimum wage by end of January. Now, this follows Oyo State government announcement that it has commenced payment of 80,000 naira minimum wage to workers. Imo State, Sokoto, Akwa Ibom State government and the Federal Capital Territory have set January ending for workers to receive a raise in salaries. However, workers in Ebonyi and Cross River State, among others, are not certain about when their respective government will commence paying new emoluments. Now, away from that, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted a shipment of cannabis, also called loud, concealed in a duvet and destined for United Kingdom. The agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Bafemi, disclosed in a statement that the consignment was intercepted at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Ikeja, Lagos. And now no fewer than 22 people have been kidnapped in a separate attacks on the Kugatua and Kintanda communities in Karu, local government area of Kaduna State on Friday night. The assailants, reportedly armed bandits, invaded the Kugauta community of Kushaka and the Katina community of Geshere in Komana Chiefdom, shooting sporadically to scarce residents before abducting 22 locals, mostly women and children. The federal government has announced the addition of the Starling Plumbing, GSM Repair, Makeup, and 12 other new trades and subject to the country's basic education curriculum. The development follows ongoing reforms in various sectors of the economy. This is contained in a statement issued by the National Orientation Agency stating that the new trades were introduced into the basic education curriculum to boost students' practical skills and employability. Meanwhile, a group identified as Citizens Network for Peace and Development in Nigeria has faulted the Nigeria Governors Forum value-added tax sharing formula for states in the proposed tax reform bill. Now, the group, in its communique issued on the proposed bill at the end of the citizens' engagement in Abuja, presented by its national coordinator, Kerry Raffle, at the news conference, said that the formula does not take into account the nation's productivity and economic growth. Hence, the group urged the National Assembly to reconsider the proposed bill and adopt a more subtle approach that rewards productivity and economic growth. And now on aviation matters, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has put a hold on access gate fees at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. This is contained in a statement by its management stating that the move is to alleviate the traffic burden on airport road users. Now the suspension will take effect from January 24th, 2025 to February 7th, 2025. The Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, has concluded with what it's called low confidence that the COVID-19 pandemic is more likely to have originated from a laboratory incident rather than from a natural transmission. An agency spokesperson disclosed this in a statement. Now, the CIA had for years maintained that it could not definitely determine whether the virus emerged from a lab or through natural means. However, a senior U.S. official reportedly said that the former CIA Director William Burns in the final weeks of the Biden administration urged analysts and scientists to make a clear assessment citing the pandemic's historical importance. And now on health, the Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has called off its 3-day warning strike after the intervention of Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and President of the Association, Dr. George Ebong, said the Federal Capital Territory Administration under Wike has met most of their demands. It had earlier been reported that the doctors had embarked on a 3-day warning strike to press home their demands. And our local residents say that a 72-year-old woman has died from a cholera outbreak reported earlier in the week in the coastal community of the Morocco in the eastern Obola local government area of Akwa Ibom State. The development has pushed the death toll to 12. Medics of the neighboring Emmanuel General Hospital at the Kets local government area of the state, where the victims were taken to for treatment, had put the initial death figure at 5, with mostly children and teenagers worst hit by the sudden cholera outbreak before government intervention. The National Assembly has postponed its resumption fixed for January 28th to February 4th, and the clerks to the Senate and House of Representatives disclosed this in a separate statement in Abuja. An internal memo dated 24th January 2025 and addressed to all senators started to change the resumption date. The clerk to the Senate, Andrew Nwaba, informed that there is a change in the resumption dates due to the ongoing budget defense. You're watching the live broadcast of News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Express returns, United States suspends processing passport applications with ex-gender Micah. And I wish I bring you those details as well as that of business, sports, and foreign stories right once we return. To stay with us, I'll be right back. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us on Now to Business News. Average food price across Nigeria have increased from 2,862.14k in November 2024 to over 2,920.13k in December 2024. Now, this is according to the latest report released by the National Bureau of Statistics titled Selected Food Price Watch of December 2024 and January 24 to 2025. Now, this marks a year-on-year surge of 91.6% as the average food price in December 2023 was at 1,524.63 naira. And now moving from that, big tech company Meta has announced plans to invest up to $65 billion to strengthen its artificial intelligence infrastructure and accelerate innovation. This massive investment is part of the company's strategy to lead AI advancement, enhance its core offerings, and expand infrastructure to support the groundbreaking development in the field. In a Facebook post, the Meta's Chief Executive Officer Mark Zuckerberg outlined the company's next step towards achieving these ambitious goals. And back to the National Assembly, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu says that removing fuel subsidy had positively impacted the economy, with the federal government saving as much as $10 billion in 2023. Kalu, a member of the All Progressive Congress, added that the policy led to a 22% increase in the dollar remittances from the diaspora, totaling $28 billion in 2024. Nkalo disclosed this during a meeting with some investors and a group of scholars at Oxford University in London on the sidelines of his ongoing United Kingdom Nigeria Parliamentary Strategic Dialogue working visit to United Kingdom. The mandatory remittance of electricity distribution companies to the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading and the Market Operator dropped by 156 billion naira in the first 9 months of 2024. Data from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission have revealed. The Commission said the financial remittances represent the cumulative upstream invoices payable by the DisCos to the NEBIT and level 4 transmission and administrative services provided during the period under review. NEC disclosed that in the first quarter of 2024, the cumulative upstream invoice payable by DisCos stood at 114.12 billion naira. Bauchi State Government has approved and rectified a memorandum of understanding of establishment for Bauchi Minsheng Company has moved to explore more opportunities and create jobs and improve the internally generated revenue of the state. This was disclosed by the Commissioner Ministry for Natural Resources Development, Maitoda Bello, in a press briefing with journalists after the State Executive Council meeting. Bello stated that the initiative was born out of the state government's passion for opening Bauchi for investment and has a business hub. The trade volume between Nigeria and China exceeded $20 billion in 2024. The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yung Do-hae, disclosed this during the celebration of the 2025 Chinese Lunar New Year at the Chinese Cultural Center here in Abuja. Now speaking at the event, Ambassador Yung highlighted Nigeria's significance in China's trade partnerships across Africa, expressing optimism about further collaboration between the two nations. And on to the foreign scene, President Donald Trump has begun to shake the table seconds after his inauguration as the 47th President of America. One of the most audacious pronouncements was the recognition of two genders, male and female, as originally created by God. Donald Trump's recognition of only two genders, male and female, has significant implications for America and the world. That this stance is outlined in his executive order, defending women from gender ideology extremism and restoring the biological truth to the federal government. Suspected terrorists affiliated with Jamaat Islam World has launched a coordinated and deadly assault on a town in southern Burkina Faso. Zangala, a lecture-based counter-terrorism and the insurgency expert who made this known in a post via his ex-handle, said that eyewitness accounts for emerging images from the scene revealed the group's use of overwhelmingly numbers, coordinated tactics and heavy fire support to overrun the local defenses. And our U.S. President Donald Trump floated a plan to just clean out Gaza and said he wants Egypt and Jordan to take Palestinians from the territory in a bid to create Middle East peace. Describing Gaza as a demolition site after the Israel-Hamas war, Trump said he had spoken to Jordan's King Abdullah II about the issue and expected to talk to Egyptian President Abdel Fattah today, Sunday. In the meantime, Hamas and militant allies Islamic Jihad has reacted with the fury and defiance to a plan floated by U.S. President Donald Trump to clean out the Gaza where fragile truce between Israel and Hamas aimed at permanently ending the war enters its second week. There was no immediate reaction from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but a far-right minister welcomed Trump's great idea. Israel and Hamas accused each other of ceasefire breaches linked to the latest hostage prisoner swap that occurred on Saturday under the truce deal that came into effect on January 19. Meanwhile, the United States, the world's biggest donor of fruits, federally offered ahead making exception only for emergency food and military funding for Israel and Egypt. And now Secretary of the State Marco Rubio sent an internal memo days after President Donald Trump took office, vying on America's first policy of tightly restricting assistance overseas. The sweeping order appears to affect everything from development assistance to the military aid, including to Ukraine, which received billions of dollars in weapons under Trump's predecessor Joe Biden as it tries to repel a Russian invasion. And also sport news, mid-season signing Danny Halil backed a brace on his Sunshine Stars. The both had the Korea side edge now, and the new Southwest rivals Ikorodu City 4-3 in a forensic Nigeria Premier Football League match. Day 20 game had Ikene. Now Shola Denali, who was also double at the double for the Ikorodu City, but it was not enough for the newcomers to upset their horse. Under the tutelage of the new coach Abubakar Bala, Sunshine Stars get off the blocks as quickly as possible in the game, with the new signing Hamadu Liman scoring the opener with an intended cross inside 16 minutes. A clinical Jannik Sinner swept past Alexander to retain his Australian Open title on Sunday and cement his status as a world's dominant player, becoming the first Italian to win 3 Grand Slams. And 23-year-old came through a tense battle between the world's top 2 players, 6'3", 7'6", and 6'3", in the Rod Laver Arena, raising his hands in the air and looking in the sky. And more on the world of sports, Super Eagles winger Sambo Chukwueze has returned to training at AC Milan amid the growing interest from the Bolango and the Saudi Arabia club in securing his services. And now, according to TalkSport, the 25-year-old was being sidelined since December 29 with a muscle injury sustained against Roma, has resumed regular training and will be available for the Millions' upcoming match against Parma. Transfer expert Nicolo Shira revealed that Bolanga, an unnamed Saudi club, are leading the race for the Nigeria signature, with the new Milan manager Sergio reportedly not including him in his plans. And now Nigeria's opening Super 6 clash with England had the 2025 ICC Under-19 Women's 20 World Cup in Malaysia was abandoned on Saturday due to incessant rain. And now the International Cricket Council confirmed the development in the step. And now this marks the second time the junior female Yellow Greens have had a match call off due to rain at the tournament. As we wrap up the News Express, let's take a look at our major stories. We told you earlier that President Tinubu will depart Abuja today for Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to participate in Africa Heads of State Energy Summit, where he is scheduled to take and to attend a 2-day event that begins on January 27 and runs through January 28, 2025. And in business, we informed you earlier that average food price across Nigeria have increased from the 2,862 naira in November 2024 to 2,920 in December 2024. On the foreign scene, Hamas and militant allies Islamic Jihad has reacted with fury and defiance to plan floated by U.S. President Donald Trump to clean out Gaza, where fragile truce between Israel and Hamas had permanently ending the war enters its second week. And in sports, we informed you the clinical Jannik Sinner swept past Alexander's to retain his Australian Open title on Sunday, as so many status as the world's dominant player, becoming the first Italian to win 3 Grand Slams. And as a package on Global TV News Express, a quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276, and free to our Nikon sites. You can follow us on the social media platform at Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for joining us on News Express. My name is Edikan Michael. See you again.